Good morning. I was saying in previous videos that I'd tell you when I started back on the steroids. So yesterday I started back on a testosterone replacement therapy. So that I bought this Omidron is what I bought. Omidron, it's a testosterone blend, and this is very good, pharma grade, bought in the chemist. So there's nothing under the curtain or nothing. You know, as I said, I'll do nothing under a curtain anymore, or no, not that I ever did. I never did do anything under a curtain, but as I say, I bought it over the counter as HRT, hormone replacement therapy, and it's as my mother said, these things change your body and change your mind, and that's true. But that's true of everything to some degree. But it's amazing, like how much one little 1 mil of a synthetic compound can make to a body is amazing. But if you want to determine the nature of change, and you want to, for me to construct a, a construct that aligns with my concept, and my concept is I'm 87.5 kg now. I want to be 90 kg lean, so in good shape at 90 kilos, which is for me is ideal, and that's going to help, but that won't do it on its own. That's where a lot of lads used to go wrong. They used to think it was miracle grow. They used to just take the steroids and then go out eating big stupid. I say, what did you eat today? Oh, they say, oh, I'm not really making any gains, not really making any gains. And I says, yeah, but you train like fuck all, and you go out there and you eat a big chicken fillet roll for your lunch, and you think that's suffice. And then some of them, I used to ask them, what did you eat today? You could see them tot up in their head, trying to throw in more chicken fillets here and there, but they wouldn't have eaten them. Like they just want to they have given no thought to their diet, or no thought to what they actually eat. They haven't asked themselves that question: what did I eat today? But for me to construct this concept now, once I start taking this, there's a number of other variables that I really have to think about. And this is when you want to create. When you want to create, it doesn't matter what you want to create. If you want to create a construct that, for like the hostel here, I have a concept for the hostel. I have a concept for myself. But you have to ask about nearly every single. There's an awful lot of thinking has to go into it if you want to determine the nature of change. Not if you don't want to be a fucking accident, or let the universe determine the nature of change, in which we and then if you allow this, really you don't exist in my book. But if you want to determine the nature of change, if you want to live in accordance with nature, then you have to think, and you have to think about everything. You have to think about, like, for example, now that I started on this, I had to think about whether I take this or not, because well, some people might say it can result in a premature death, because, obviously, like, I had several contraindications of taking steroids before. I had a number of health issues which I resolved. And then you could say, oh, would you not be afraid that these health issues will return, or are you not afraid you'll suffer a premature death? But what is a premature death? I mean, like, I was reading John Locke's philosophy recently, and he keeps going on about this sense of entitlement, and a man is entitled, and this is entitled, and God put you there, and you're entitled because God gave you this. God told me you're not entitled to so much as another minute on this planet. You're not entitled to just so much as another minute. And then at another point, I was asked, what do I deserve? And as I said, I deserve nothing. But if you bear that in mind, I think it's important to bear in mind that you're entitled to absolutely nothing. That's why I keep saying to people, you have no rights. You have no rights. This is a construct, a social construct, that this idea that people have rights, and these people, that people have rights. No, you have no rights. And that's what Locke kept going on about as well, is the rules of nature, rules of nature. There are no rules. There's no rules. Man uses reason to create rules by which to live by. But if you want to be in control of yourself. I make the rules. I decide what rules, how I live, what I'll take, what I won't take, what I'll do, what I won't do. I decide this. That's not. I don't allow that to be determined by others. But on the point of the premature death, that's what I'm saying. It only be premature if you have a sense of entitlement that you're entitled to a certain amount of years, or that you have an expectation for to live to a certain age. But I have no such expectation. I'm fully aware that I might be dead tomorrow. So I live to the absolute maximum, and for me this is to create and to enjoy life. But this is what I enjoy, is creation. Yeah, creating myself, creating this concept in the hostel, and that for me is yeah. I'll enjoy life to the maximum. Whenever my time to go is up, that's it. It's gone, and I'll just continue this in the next sleeve. As I say, sure. If I'm my soul and my soul is I'm already dead. I'm already dead. I'll just get another body and continue on with that. But as I was saying about how you have to think about every choice, so I had to think about this, and I said to myself, well, after I got dusted in the deadlifting pair off the other day, I just said to myself, that's the last time that's going to happen. And that is the last time that's going to happen, because what I notice in this gym is that nobody's really changing. This is my third or fourth month back in this gym, with the breaks in between that were not within my control. But this might, but before I went back the last time, I was nearly going to stop. I nearly said to the universe, "Why should I go again? Why should I go again? You keep taking me over. You keep putting me in a situation where I can't go. It's a stop and start thing." And the universe says, just stay getting up, stay getting up, just stay getting up. And I says, "Yeah, you're right. I'll stay getting up." And back I went to the gym, and I found the rest was actually quite beneficial. I'll need less rest now, but the rest was actually beneficial. But I'm changing in the gym, because I train hard. I train hard, and I think about what I eat. But others in this gym, they're just what I call going through the motions. But now when they see me changing, then that's why this man said, "Oh, can I get in and work with you on the deadlifting?" But he was all about handing me my ass on a plate. And I said to myself, after this, I just said to myself, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. That's the last time that's going to happen. And that is the last time that's going to happen. But if they want to keep up, they're going to have to get their finger out of their ass. I'll tell you that. But I'll lead by example. 50 years of age, and half my age, and they're lifting like fannies in the gym. But I'm going to tell you now, they don't know how to train. And I've always said this: you don't know how to train, because you have to hurt yourself. You have to hurt yourself. You have to train fucking hard if you want to change. That's why I see loads of women going along with these rubber bands on their legs, going along doing these things, and all these magazine exercises and video exercises, and Facebook exercises. But this is a concept that is not conducive to creating the construct. It's just a concept. It's just monkey see, monkey do. But this shit doesn't work. They're not thinking enough about. They're only identifying with a concept that accommodates their lazy, weak ass. Yeah, so now that I'm back on this, I have to make choices. Like, for example, like I'll have to really watch my diet and make sure no salt. So that's no processed foods, no salt, because if I have salt in my diet, it retains water, so you get high blood pressure. And for the same reason, I'll have to moderate carbs. So moderate carbs, high protein, and what's very important is high antioxidants. If I want to keep out the arthritis in the hands, and stop that returning, I have to have plenty of antioxidants in the diet. So plenty of red vegetables like peppers and cucumber, and not tomato, not too much tomato, but lots of cucumbers and peppers and radishes. Beetroot is a brilliant antioxidant. Mushrooms. So I'll have to make sure and include these in the diet, while at the same time I'm on a budget because I need money to spend on the hostel. But you have to think about. I'll have to think about everything: my structure, my training to accommodate to create the concept, structure my diet. But there's a number of variables, as I said. You have to think about nearly every single thing. And the same with the hostel. I have to make choices, like moral choices. Do I feed the cat? Do I not feed the cat? There's one particular cat that I start feeding here, and I don't really particularly like the cat because they're the same as humans. I don't really like his vibration, and I don't like his. I'm not really that kind of a cat, but I bought him a couple of packets of food because I just said to myself, here I have a moral duty to nature. I will feed the cat, but when I feed the cat, then I find like that he's now hanging around with an expectation of food and begging for every bit that goes into my mouth. He's just, and I said to myself, I was just writing in my journal yesterday to the universe, I don't really like this cat. He reminds me too much of human nature. And then I said to myself, no, that's not human nature. This is just nature. This is, maybe all animals are the same. That once you start handing them out things and once you start feeding them, you just make them fat and lazy and dependent, and they just hang around your door and with a beggar face, but a begging, crying out for every bit that goes into your mouth, and with an expectation for more. As I say, they're very quick to develop a sense of entitlement, the same as humans. But but it's saying that not all cats are the same. If a nice cat comes around, I might feed him. But these are moral choices, because I have to say to myself, I don't want, even though I like cats, I don't want the whole place full of cats begging off everybody that sits down to eat a bit. So maybe I'll feed no cats. And this is a moral choice. And this is one of the hard moral choices that one has to make. That what's conducive to the goal. But I have to think about the interest of the hostel and my own interests there. And not just this not feel morally obliged to have to feed the cats, What's my time like? Not feel morally obliged to have to feed the cats. Basically, as I say, there are no rules. I've no, like, even though your moral choices determine your life, I have no moral obligation to the cats or anybody else for that matter. These are choices that one has to make, that based on reason and based on what's conducive to the goal. It's like Julius Caesar when he was in the siege against Vercingetorix in France. And when Vercingetorix let out the women and the children into the area between the two forts, and he expected Julius Caesar let them in and feed them and exhaust the Roman supplies. But Julius Caesar said, no, I won't. I'll let them starve. And he watched them to starve to death in the no man's land between the two forts. And I'm sure this was a very hard thing to do, but if he had to let them in, he would have lost that war. And these are the moral choices that one has to make. Do you feed them? Do you not feed them? And as of now, the choice is no. Good morning. I'm to talk to you tomorrow.